my friends. So we are still in the book of the Ecclesiastes, um, and I don't think it's going to be that much of a long of a chapter. A couple of more pages here to go, and then we'll be in the book of Isaiah. So, chapter 11 is directions for charity. Death ought to be remembered in life. I'm going to put a link to Tony's God Rules on here because there's an interesting man who, as our Bible tells us in the end times, young men will have visions and old men will dream, if you will. And he's had a vision that has haunted him for 20 years in the 80s about what will be happening in the United States. And I thought it might be interesting for you to take a listen. He was on the Prophecy channel. And I know that a lot of my listeners are into that subject as well as I am. So I'll be linking that in my comment section. So look for that. Or just check out Tony's God Rules on the YouTube. Okay. Jeff Sessions will be talking today at 12 o'clock. More wasted taxpayers' dollars. And in California, we're run by a bunch of socialists. So anyway, there you have it. In a nutshell, you know, that's just the way I am. Just go right to the point. I don't mess around, boy. Okay, anyway. Okay, so cast thy bread upon the waters, for thou shalt find it after many days. Give a portion to 7 and also to 8, for thou knowest not what evil shall be upon the earth. And remember that any number that's here in the Bible does have meaning. 7 being a completion number, 8, 1 and 7, so anyway, you can look all that up later on your own. For thou knowest not what evil shall be upon the earth. Okay, so if clouds be full of rain, they empty themselves upon the earth, and if the tree fall toward the south or toward the north, in the place where the tree falleth, there it shall be. He that observeth the wind shall not sow, he that guardeth the clouds shall not reap. So basically, the future is hidden. He that observeth the wind shall not sow, he that guardeth the clouds shall not reap. So as thou knowest not what is the way of the Spirit, nor how the bones do grow in the womb of her that is with child, even so thou knowest not the works of God who maketh all. In the morning sow thy seed, and in the evening withhold not thy hand, for thou knowest not whether it shall prosper, either this or that, or whether they both shall be alike good. Truly the light is sweet and pleasant thing it is for the eyes to behold the sun. But if a man liveth many years and rejoice in them all, yet let him remember the days of darkness, for they shall be many, and all that cometh is vanity. Rejoice, O young man, in youth, and let thy heart cheer thee in the days of thy youth, and walk in the ways of thine heart, and in the sight of thine eyes. But know thou that for all these things God will bring thee into judgment. Therefore remove sorrow from thy heart, and put away evil from thy flesh, for childhood and youth are vanity. Vanity, vanity, all is vanity. Chapter 12. Creator to be remembered in the days of youth, and must not be deferred, the fear of God, the chief concern of man. Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, for the years draw nigh when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. In the day that the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out the windows be darkened. The doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of the music shall be brought low. Dimness of vision, deafness, sleeplessness. Okay, so all that when they shall be afraid of that which is high, and fear shall be in the way, and the almond tree shall flourish, and the grasshopper shall be a burden, and desire shall fall. Because man goeth to his long home, and the mourners go about the streets. Or even the silver cord be loose, or the golden bowl be broken, or the pitcher be broken at the fountain, or the wheel broken at the cistern. Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto God who gave it. Vanity of vanities, saith the preacher, all is vanity. And moreover, because the preacher was wise, he still taught the people knowledge, yea, he gave good heed, and he sought out and set in order many proverbs. The preacher sought to find out acceptable words, that which was written was upright, even words of truth. The words of the wise are as goads, and the nails fastened by the masters of assemblies, which are given from one shepherd. And further, by these, my son, be admonished of making many books, there is no end, and much study is a weariness of the flesh. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God, keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. That's it. It's just simple, but profound. For God shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. And that's that. Now we're in the book of Solomon. So hang on, let me do a quick little synopsis of Solomon for you. The author, Solomon, according to tradition, the book has severely criticized because of its amorous language. Its right to a place in the Bible has been defended by saintly souls of all ages. They have regarded it as spiritual allegory, representing the holy affections existing between God and his chosen people, or Christ and his church. It is an oriental poem, the ardent expression of which can only be properly interpreted by a mature spiritual mind. Synopsis: the bridegroom representing Christ. 1. The spiritual communion between the bride and the heavenly bridegroom. The bride misses her companion and seeks him. The ardent discourse of the bride and bridegroom, of their mutual love and graces of each other. Key thought: my beloved, the believer's title for Christ. Companion passage: the 45th Psalm. Heavenly bridegroom, his love covers all defects of the Bible. He rejoices over her. He gives his life for her. He will come to claim her as his own. The bride loves the bridegroom, feels her unworthiness, has been purified, dressed in spotless robes, wears the jewels of the divine grace. That's from Isaiah 61:10. Issues the invitations to the wedding, the marriage supper, prepared by the Father for the Son, costly preparations made. Invitations to great honor, invitations scorned by many, invitations include all classes, neglect of wedding garment leads to exclusion from the wedding supper, Matthew 22:11-13. And that's that. So that's the Book of Solomon. So let's just give it a read, shall we? Okay. So the church love to Christ, the confession, her deformity, and praise to her directed to his flock. Christ directs her to the shepherd's tent and shows his love to her, gives her gracious promises. The church and Christ congregate each other. Okay. The Song of Songs, which is Solomon's. Let him kiss me with the kisses of his mouth, for thy love is better than wine. Because the savor of thy good ointment, thy name is an ointment poured forth, therefore do the virgins love thee. Draw me, we will run after thee. The king hath brought me into his chambers. We will be glad and rejoice in thee. We will remember thy love more than wine. The upright love thee. I am black but comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon. Look not upon me because I am black, because the sun hath looked upon me. My mother's children were angry with me. They made me the keeper of the vineyards, but mine own vineyard have I not kept. Tell me, O thou whom my soul loveth, where thou feedest, where thou makest thy flock to rest at noon. For why should I be as one that turneth aside by the flocks of thy companions? If thou know not, O thou fairest among women, go thy way forth by the footsteps of the flock, and feed thy kids besides the shepherd's tents. I have compared thee, O my love, to a companion of horses in Pharaoh's chariots. Thy cheeks are comely with rolls of jewels, thy neck with chain of gold. Will make thee border of gold with studs of silver. While the king sitteth at his table, my spikenard senteth forth the smell thereof. A bundle of myrrh is my well-beloved unto me. He shall lie all night betwixt my breast. My beloved is unto me as a cluster of camphire in the vineyards of Engedi. Oh, cluster of cypress, okay. Behold, thou art fair, my love, behold, thou art fair, thou hast dove eyes. Behold, thou art fair, my beloved, yea, pleasant, also our bed is green. The beams of our house are cedar, and our rafters of fir. Okay, I'm going to stop there because I will run over, I think, if I continue. So we'll start with chapter 2 tomorrow. Yahoo! A little bit of sweet nothings, but actually have quite a bit of meaning. One of the things that I'm doing is reading and listening to a little bit of Emanuel Swedenborg, and he has layers and layers of meaning. He was an avid biblical scholar, reader, loved the Bible, loved God with all his heart, soul, mind, and strength. He was given visions in his mid-50s, spiritual awakening. Anyway, you can read all about him. But he's got all these different meanings not in all of the books of the Bible, but many of the books of the Bible, especially Revelation. And it's just so interesting what he was shown, by God as even more meaning than what we're reading. And even though we read the book literally, sometimes we don't, sometimes we interpret it depending upon many things. Who wrote it, when, where, and so forth. So anyway, I just thought he's just very interesting. If any of you are taking a look at him and want to leave me a comment on what you think about it, let me know, because I would like to converse with you more about it. All right, have a happy Tuesday, and I will get back to you soon. A little tired today, so forgive me. Just one of those days. So thumbs up, like, and share. All right, talk to you later. Bye-bye.